I think the term sustainability makes us think. It makes us think about our environment, it makes us think about our lifestyles, it makes us think about what creativity is, how we as artists and designers are in a unique position in a way to look for new ways.
We're producing the future designer, media and communication people for the world basically, and they need to think about how they're making their work and how they're producing objects, items, whether that's print, whether it's paper, whether it's digital, whatever it is, they've got to think about the whole thing.
We have to have a fundamental rethink of how society operates. And I would say that design is one of the key components to making that work better. So it's not the design of objects per se, it's actually design of the whole way that we interact, that we behave, that we can continue to exist.
Fashion is kind of traditionally very secretive and very competitive, and I think this whole mindset change towards something that is more collaborative and understands our kind of interdependence is really interesting. Fashion has to be relevant, so it makes sense for us to understand the resources that we're using, to understand the kind of context of our world.
I think one of the solutions that people are finding is by individuals affecting their own lives, they can collectively add up to a bigger picture. We have some great examples such as the TED 10, which is coming out of the textile environmental design group, with some really strong guidelines as to how people might approach making creative work.
Design has to shift away from adding more stuff to the world to redistributing what's there already. And there's a lovely piece of work down there which is a guy from our MA in Industrial Design who's just taken everyday objects and done a kind of make, do and mend project. A fantastic angle poise which he's added new bits onto to make it work again. And I think there's a huge scope for design and staff to be students to be taken down that kind of line.
We're using the curriculum where, especially in graphic design for instance, we're getting people to think about how they source the materials, the damage that inks can cause to the environment, so what types of inks are they using, whether they're water-based inks, what types of pigments might be in those inks as well. So there's a whole load of stuff that we get them to think about, the chemicals when they're using photographic work, what happens to the digital work once it's out there as well.
When Professor Frances Corner arrived at the college, she really sort of set us all a challenge around better lives. The idea around Centre for Sustainable Fashion was something that Frances supported. We set it up absolutely as an idea that came from staff, students and others, and in this book you've really got an opportunity to look at the whole spectrum of that rather than just be thinking that design for sustainability has got a particular aesthetic or has got a particular process or way of working. We can look at how industry currently works and challenge that, but also have some more conceptual ideas about the design process and thinking very differently about how it could be.
If there's one thing that you can do that will make a difference, think about it and do it, such as using the stairs instead of the lift, taking your own cup to the coffee shop, making sure you switch the lights off when you leave the room if you're the last person to leave that room. Very simple things.
People are being more responsible about what food they eat, they're asking where it comes from. People are being more responsible about switching lights off, powering down computers, using less paper. It's the small things often that add up incrementally to a change.
You've also got to think of three elements. I think you've got to think of your head and understanding theory and understanding the context. You've got to think about your hands, the things that you can make. We're problem solvers through making. And thirdly, you've got to be really passionate and really believe in what you're doing. So sort of head, hand and heart, those three things together is what I would ask all students and staff to think about going forward.
Every single person can do something different, can do something to make their lives and the lives of people around them more environmentally friendly. And you multiply that, then you get an effect. So for me, the question is not to find the one big idea, but to get into a kind of multiplying scenario where whatever we do, we can amplify through the numbers of people who we associate with.